Turkeyshoot, directed in 1982, is basically the most dangerous game down under. Directed by Brian Trenchard Smith, who also made Dead End Drive-In and The Man from Hong Kong. Turkeyshoot essentially is the most dangerous game from down under. The most dangerous game was a 1924 short story by author Richard Connell, and it's a short story that's arguably been adapted into film more times than any other. Turkeyshoot is a slightly different twist, taking the same premise of big game hunters tracking and hunting humans and setting the 1924 inspiration in a dystopian future. It's a dystopian future of political unrest, chaos, and a fascist government. Our heroes Steve Railsback and Elizabeth Hussey find themselves in a re-education camp of sorts in what appears to be somewhere around Cairns in Far North Queensland. So it's basically Stalag 19 meets the big birdcage, with a few male prisoners thrown in for good measure. We have all the usual women in prison tropes here, and we have several sadistic prison guards in the form of Roger Ward and Gus Mercurio. Both great character actors. Roger Ward, of course, played the angry police chief in Mad Max, and Gus Mercurio is, of course, a prolific character actor in his own right. The prison guards in Turkeyshoot are castrated, which makes them angrier, apparently, as would be the case, I guess. This isn't any ordinary re-education camp. Fascist party officials and the uber wealthy regularly hunt the prisoners out in the Far North Queensland jungle. Michael Craig, who used to star in GP, plays Thatcher, the Colonel Clink of the camp. And Turkeyshoot isn't shy of a little topical social commentary. And naming the lead villain Thatcher is another example of that, echoing the UK of the early 80s. Thatcher invites his influential friends to the camp for a little hunt. They're a motley crew of toffs who are ready for a one-sided hunt, hence the title Turkeyshoot. This one's Ozploitation at its best. Turkeyshoot has it all. It's a dystopian science fiction film. It's a women in prison movie. It's the most dangerous game adaptation. It's The Running Man before The Running Man. It did have a couple of cool alternate titles as well. You had Blood Camp Thatcher in the UK, and it was called Escape 2000 originally in the USA. This one's an incredibly cool popcorn movie. There's so much cool stuff to be had. All the hunters are pretty memorable. All very different, all with different motivations. The most memorable of the hunters are probably Jennifer, who looks and acts like a horsey girl. There's Tito, who looks like General Zod from Superman 2. And then we have Tito's Wolfman type manservant, guy by the name of Alf. That's ALPH, not ALF. So, yeah, really there's something for everyone with a twisted sense of humour in Turkeyshoot. And it's certainly a nice little time capsule of early 80s Ozploitation. And really has that Australian larrikin attitude that doesn't always translate in these movies, but it certainly does in films like Mad Max and Turkeyshoot. So if you haven't seen this one, you're in the mood for something completely off the wall, then as the late music critic Molly Meldrum used to say, by all means do yourself a favour and check it out.